The ever-changing world of college football continues to evolve, with the college football playoff executives expected to adopt what they call a straight seeding model for the 2025 playoff. Jarom will explain what all this is, but in your opinion, is this a step in the right direction for the college football playoff?
Yeah, I love it. The top four teams are the top four seeds, period. Doesn't matter if you're a conference champ or not. So last year it would have been Georgia, Michigan, Texas, Penn State. ASU would have been the 12 seed, not the 4 seed. Ohio State would have been the 6 seed. They still went on to win. The matchups were a little funky given how the seeding was. I love it. I'm excited about it because I think it just makes sense. We don't do that in March Madness, right? It's just straight up. However, you could have multiple number 1 seeds from the SEC. We saw Auburn and Florida go to the Final Four. I think this is great. I have no argument. This is what I was hoping for. I'm happy.
The best teams get the best seeds. This is an absolute no-brainer. Yeah, I'm on board for it 100%. We should note the adjustment as it will seed according to ranking, but still distribute the same revenue, $8 million per program, to the 4 Power 4 conference champions, even if they are outside the top 4. So if you win your conference, you're still rewarded financially. But as far as seeding and the best
money for this
possible path to move on in the bracket, this is logic 101. Somebody tell me why this wouldn't make sense, why you don't like this.
This makes so much sense. We're moving on to the next topic because it's just, hey, FYI. The newest SP Plus rankings from ESPN's Bill Connolly are out. BYU's 27 overall, offense at 29, defense at 30. This takes into account returning production, recruiting, recent history. Which side of the ball do you think will overachieve 29 at offense or 30 at defense?
Both favorable numbers. I'm leaning on Jay Hill on that BYU defense.
Certainly there are questions relative to the offense.
Understandably. Things are murky there, no question. But I would have answered, even before that, the BYU defense, because in Jay Hill I trust. What has he shown us over the past 2 years other than significant progress from this BYU defense? Now that he's got his guys, and BYU has really, really done well in the transfer portal. The big question mark there is, can BYU's defensive line replace all 4 of their main cogs that were up front, led by Tyler Batty last year? That is the question. But I have been assured they feel like they are on par, if not a little bit better talent-wise. It's just a matter of getting guys comfortable in those new positions in the front 4 of Jay Hill's defense. Now, the cornerbacks, you lose Jacob Robinson and Mark Collins. Fantastic players. But I believe that the front 7 will be so good, spurred on by some incredible linebackers. Jarom, one of the best linebacker rooms in the entire country. Front 7 are going to get after it. That's going to allow BYU's secondary a little bit of time to get cohesive and adjust and learn some new roles. So I'm leaning on Jay Hill and the BYU defense to overachieve compared to this number 30 overall SP Plus ranking from Bill Connolly.
I'm not sure how much better they can get given what we just showed on that graphic. First in points per game, yards per play, interceptions, takeaways in the Big 12. They led the nation in interceptions.
Yeah, are we asking, can they overachieve compared to last year's numbers? Because that's a different conversation.
I think we're talking about SP Plus specifically, the 30.
Yes.
But relative to what they did last year, it was amazing. And it's hard to lose the whole defensive line and be like, hey, it's going to be better this year. Keanu Tanuvasa, I think, is the best D-tackle BYU's had in fill in the blank. He's really, really stinking good.
When was the last time BYU had an NFL defensive tackle?
Kairos Tonga.
It's been a minute.
Honestly, I think he's going to be a better college player than Kairos Tonga. So we'll see. Offensively, I'm hoping that's where it goes. And again, we acknowledge that there are questions to be answered relative to the offense, obviously. They need to take the next step to be a Big 12 title contender and playoff contender on offense. Because as we look at some of those numbers from last year, points per play, 23rd. Points per game, 36th. Yards per play, 41st.
Third down conversions.
Yards per game, 59th. Yeah, the third and fourth thing, right? Aaron likes to couple those together. Other offensive metrics of note. EPA offense, EPA expected points added. That's a number that a lot of people like. 34th. So good. That's a good number. I'm not saying 34th is bad, but what if you're top 20? Now do you beat Arizona State? Do you maybe beat Kansas, right? Offensive success rate, 38th. Rush specifically, 29th. Drop back success rate, 54th. There's room for improvement here. Net points per drive, 54th. If BYU can be in the top kind of 30 in all those metrics, now we're talking about, combined with a very good defense, like, can the BYU defense get better? If they do, look out. They were amazing. that's where this team can improve the most, is offensively. You know where they almost can't improve at all? Special teams. Now, you lose Keelan Marion to Miami. That's going to be tough. But in terms of what they brought from a field position, punting,
you have Will Farron
kicking,
back.
That's awesome. Kick return game, obviously there's a lot of pressure to be good when you have 3 returns for a touchdown, 2
Maybe
punts from
Parker Kingston and Tiger Bachmeier can together fill the void that Keelan Marion leaves.
It's asking a lot. He returned 2 kicks for touchdowns. But let's play it out and let's see. So it's exciting to see that as good as BYU was last year, they have some room to grow, especially on offense.
There is improvement, but in terms of just these actual rankings, offense, by the way, for the moment, better position than defense. 29 to the 30th rated defense.
Probably because of what the defense lost.
And a huge part of the SP Plus metric is what you bring back from a production standpoint. And so, again, we wait to see what BYU's offense will actually look like when they get to game number 1 against Portland State. For me right now, I'm rolling with the defense. By the way, how many days until that game against the Portland State Vikings?
Nice number today.
Countdown to the Vikings.
100 days.
Okay.
Keeping it 100.
Now I actually care about this number. Prior to today, I didn't really care about this number. Now I'm in. Now I'm in.
100 days exactly from BYU football hosting Portland State to kick off the 2025 season on August 30th at beautiful Lavelle Edwards Stadium. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves too much, but for the moment, humorous, won't you, as we push ahead to BYU football 2026 and their recruiting class, which is ranked 30th right now, according to 24/7 Sports. 30th. This is territory BYU has not often ventured into, Jarom.
Right.
Why the success now with the 2026 class?
3 things. 1, winning, what BYU did last year. Hey, look at BYU in the convo for the playoff, tied for first at the end of the regular season, lost tiebreaker in the Big 12. That was awesome. Culture. People like coming and playing at BYU. NIL is very competitive right now, which is great. Shout out to the donors. It helps that they're high-profile athletes who are members of the church who are ranked high in recruiting. That helps too. You can't just have not a lot of those dudes and suddenly get a good recruiting class. You have one of the best tight ends in the country. You have some of the best offensive linemen, defensive linemen. There's a quarterback BYU hopes to get. Certainly that would boost us even more.
That might put BYU into the top 20.
Those are members of the church who have an interest in BYU. Not every member of the church loves BYU, but there are a lot that do. So that all helps. And so 2026 looking pretty good. Spence, it might be, in the modern era, this is looking like it's going to be the best recruiting class BYU's ever had.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That is quite the statement. And you wonder how much better could it possibly get?
Add that quarterback and
top 25, maybe creeping up towards the top 20. BYU currently 55th as far as the 2025 rankings go, so that would be right now a 25-spot jump. Makes me wonder, 1, is this sustainable? And 2, should BYU fans expect this to be the new norm? I don't think we can go there just yet. It probably requires more winning, which breeds confidence in your recruits and helps establish an even better culture. But if BYU can put together another 9 to 10 win season this year, then maybe it does become the new norm, Jarom. Maybe more of these 4-star guys are like, yeah, something special is going on with Kalani Sitake and that BYU program. I want to be a part of it.
I think it depends on the crew of athletes who are members of the church, who are interested in BYU.
Can BYU get those guys, the best of those guys from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? There's
no excuse now. Before it was like, well, you're not in a power league. But now there's Power League, there's winning, there's NIL, all of these things that help, and BYU is being very competitive in all of those spaces. I know it was 1 year, but the direction we're headed is great. Look at what men's basketball is doing. You have the right person leading the program with the right resources. A lot of things are possible that maybe we didn't think before. And that's what this 26 class kind of feels like. The rhetoric of those guys talking to each other and out loud is, let's go do something special. And BYU's already got commitments from notably a tight end and offensive lineman that are 2 of the highest rated guys BYU's ever had. And that's the tip of the iceberg. Again, if a certain quarterback joins this crop, we're talking about in a couple of years really feeling like, I would say like 28, 29, junior, senior years, that could be special. Again, what I don't want to do is Lone Peak 3, This is guaranteed.
We're all in on this.
You don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But right now, as currently constituted, it's looking pretty great. And I think there are some sustainable elements
Yes.
of what's going on.
Yes. It does feel like there's a better foundation. It's not just, wow, BYU hit the jackpot this go around.
With these 3 dudes.
No. This is a wealth of talented athletes that are all committing. And
Well played. Nice word.
Yes. There is this budding momentum.
Look at Chase on 4th down. Give me the ball!
And he caught it, thank goodness. There are a few things I enjoy more than seeing guys like Trey Alexander retweet himself from a previous post where he says, and I'm bringing all the best with me. And then another 4-star signs, he's like, I told you that I was bringing the best with me. I love these guys that they're bought into the program. They are recruiting for BYU actively, and that matters. That is all about culture. And Kalani Sitake keeps saying, and I'll echo it, players are running out of reasons to not want to play at BYU.
Sure. Kick butt and things happen. BYU kicked butt against
Winning
Colorado.
breeds success in all platforms.
And again, the challenge of BYU football this year is to do it again. And they certainly can. Now we're 100 days away.
Wow.
You can kind of smell it. Like within 100, I'm like, okay. We're like, it's the summer. I know we're going to hang out, have some vacation.
It's good vibes.
But then it's good vibes, yeah.
It's vacation.
When we get to 2 digits
Yes.
tomorrow, we're getting there.
It's vacation.
3-ish months.
It's a little football taste, Big 12 football media days. Then it's a little more vacation. Then it's camp, and then we're just into the season.
We're in.
Let's go.
It's what we live for, man.